morning to you. It is Thursday morning. Some call it Friday Eve. I'm just excited because we are another day closer to Friday, and this is going to be an incredible day as long as you put your mind in it. So when you come on in, say good morning. We want to make sure we give you a shout out. Ellen, hello to you, Ellen Brady, and let us know where you're watching from as well, because we understand everybody is not from Jacksonville or from the First Coast. So if you're watching from a different area, be sure to let us know so we can give you a shout out once you come on in. Well, let's go ahead and bring in Katie Jeffries and Steve Fundero. They are here with us. We want to welcome you here to Daily Dive, where we break down all of the latest trending topics. And one of the biggest topics right now is Mother's Day. Now, Mother's Day is going to be quite different for a lot of people. Unfortunately, because of this pandemic, some people won't be able to see their mothers or their mother, I should say. And then you have other people who still plan to celebrate it, but they're doing it from afar, or some people actually plan to see their parents this weekend over Mother's Day. So we're asking you all this morning, how do you plan to celebrate? Because celebrating doesn't always have to be done in person. Sometimes you can do it through Zoom. Sometimes you can do it through sending a card and sending something in the mail, and hopefully it'll get there in time. So first of all, Katie, Steve, how y'all doing this morning? Y'all doing all right?
I'm good. I'm feeling good. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, we're hanging in there. We're hanging.
Steve, what was the nod for? You just
I was waiting for Katie to talk.
And I was waiting for Steve.
I love it. Good old live stream. This is all what happens. Lori said, "What a joke! Who could celebrate when we can't even go into the nursing home?" No, that's very unfortunate for people. And I think, again, this is going to be something that a lot of people have never experienced before. I'll speak for me personally. I'm blessed to have a mother, who I will be able to see. Not only is she here in Jacksonville, but then, luckily everybody's healthy, so I will be able to see her. But I understand that that's not necessarily the case for a lot of people. So do you all have anything that you kind of plan to do, whether your parents are here or they're far away? Katie?
Well, my parents, they are in St. Johns County now. So I think we are going to go down and maybe stay outside on the porch. So we're not, in the house, we're outside, kind of have a little bit of distance. But I do definitely want to see them in person, because we haven't seen much of each other over the last 2 months with everything going on. But I'll probably have a little something for them. I know my mom watches this, so I can't give away too much.
Mine too.
But yeah, I'm sure that we will see them on Sunday.
Good. And what about you, Steve?
And my mom will probably see this link 3-4 weeks from now, so it doesn't matter if I spill the beans or whatnot. It's Mother's Day in my family has always just been a time that everyone just gets together, and it usually is it's not just the immediate family, but extended family. So it's one of those times where it's my parents' parents will get so my grandparents, we all kind of get together and we just kick it. We'll just have a nice dinner. We'll just relax. We'll hang tight. We'll have a little happy hour, and of course there'll be flowers and, chocolates and things like that and cards and whatnot. But obviously you can't do that, one, because I live far from my family, but also, it's not like I could just hop on a plane and get up there traveling too. They live in Bergen County, New Jersey. So that's one of the hot spots right near New York City. So it's just going to be virtual, and my family has been, I'm pretty, I would say proud or adamant about how tech savvy my mom has become using FaceTime and my dad. So we will hop on a group FaceTime and I think what I'll do is I'll try to see what my dad is cooking for my mom for Sunday dinner, and I'll try and cook the same thing. So it's kind of like we're having the same meal.
Wow. I don't know if we can pop that comment that we just had from Shannon saying she'll be without her mom. Unfortunately, she passed away last week. Will not be the same.
Sorry,
our prayers and our great thoughts go out to you, Shannon, in this time of bereavement, unfortunately. This is going to be, very, very, very different. And simply because, I didn't even think about that part, but, some people have unfortunately lost a loved one and possibly their mother, through, due to coronavirus and COVID-19. So this will be just a different year. I think we've all had to adapt in some way or another, regardless, whether you're just keeping the distance away from mom or not. And also something I want to bring up, unfortunately, trying to deliver flowers and edible arrangements and all types of different things. They have so many orders this year. Shipping is just absolutely insane. I've checked the status for different things, not to give away what I was trying to do for my mother, so don't even try. But I've tried to check the status for something I was reporting on during the buzz yesterday, and unfortunately, they're saying all of these things are going to be delayed. So even if you ordered something yesterday, your mom may not receive it until Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. So things are going to be a little bit late. But I think parents understand this year,
Oh
right?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel any year too. I feel like if your mom accepted a Mother's Day gift the Tuesday after Mother's Day or 3 weeks before Mother's Day, she'll be happy regardless.
Yeah.
They mostly just want to hear from you. Like, if you can't go see your parents or your mom, give her a call, do a FaceTime, like a Zoom. Like, literally, that's what my mom says. She's like, I just want to hear your voice. So
Yeah.
that's all our parents want. Just call your mom.
Listen, they just want a little bit of time,
That's
That's
it.
all they want, just a little bit of time, and that does so much for them. So again, keep letting us know if you have any special plans for mom. Feel free to comment, and we'll be sure to give you a shout out. And read that comment here as well. So let's get into a couple of the stories that we're seeing right now. So you've likely scrubbed every and just about anything in your house, right? They've been telling us to clean, 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 clean. But some people tend to forget about the bedroom. All right. So doctors are now recommending you wash sheets once a week because they say it's a good idea to wash the sheets twice as often as you normally would. But we know that varies by person, right? So they're just saying, hey, once a week, that's a good rule of thumb. It's going to help cut down on germs, plus get rid of some of that extra sweat and skin cells that you're leaving behind by lounging around the house. Now, keep in mind, with so many people working from home right now, although I guess you aren't going out as much, so you may feel, well, I'm not bringing that many germs on the inside or anything like that. Possibly. But with so many folks lounging around a lot more, some people work from home in their bed. They don't ever move. They just bring the laptop in there and then they set it up and they're good to go. And you can see the bed in their Zoom conference call. I don't know how that works. Didn't even get out the bed. But that is what they're recommending right now. So that's a great question. Do you actually get out the bed to work from home, or do you stay in the bed to work? Steve, I can see your background. It looks like you're up, and Kate, you're at the station, so you don't have that luxury of even pretending to stay in bed, right?
I think, Brooks, there's got to be some mentally healthy aspect of like getting out of where you sleep to do work, and just like, I guess just maybe having like a section where you're in your apartment, your house, wherever you live, that's just like, let me just designate that to work, so that when you leave that area, you're like, okay, I'm out of work. I'm not dealing with her. Otherwise, it's all just going to blend together and you're going to go crazy.
Yeah. When I was working from home, I was using like our dining room table as like kind of my workstation. Then we had the studio upstairs. But even when I go home from work at the end of the day, like, and I sometimes will take naps, I'll nap on the couch. I don't nap in the bed. Like, bed is only for like duration sleep. You know what I mean? Like, I take my naps on the couch.
Back when I was in college, I always used to take naps in the bed because we didn't have like a real couch or anything.
The
stuff in the dorms was so uncomfortable. It's like, dude, I mean, the bed was uncomfortable too, but at least that you had a better chance with that than you probably did with the sofa. But I always remember saying like, nope. And I've been like a germaphobe and a clean freak my entire life. Like, I used to, when I was a kid, I used to get in trouble for washing my sheets like every 2 days. And my mom was like, stop wasting all of that water and this detergent. What are you doing? She was like, you can't be that dirty. So I would always get in trouble for that. But then, now as you get a little bit older, sometimes you get lazy. But I say, hey, that once a week is absolutely perfect because you just want to make sure you're keeping all the germs out that may be able to creep in somehow. You just want to keep them away, when you can. So
also, not just now. How about all the time,
Right.
Well, yeah.
I think it's okay and acceptable. I mean, to have multiple sets of sheets, right? So you go through a week, you rip your sheets, put the new ones on that are clean, throw the old ones in the washer, and just cycle it out.
I think with this whole pandemic, we've all learned a lot of lessons, and great lessons. Some of the things that we probably should have been doing before this, but I think now that we've kind of seen what it's done to the world and trying to protect ourselves and protect others, it's so important to just be clean, in every way possible.
Wash your hands.
Gosh, who would have thought it would take a pandemic to make everyone wash their hands?
Crazy, right? But
Crazy.
here we are, and I think we're going to be doing a little better now moving forward. So another thing we've got to get into. I think now people will start feeling less guilty for binge watching things because so many people are isolated at home. And believe it or not, binging, it has its health benefits. Now, before we get into the story,
What?
Katie, favorite show to binge? If you had
My
to pick
favorite
one.
show, oh gosh. Okay, well, my favorite show of all time, I loved Game of Thrones. We'll set aside the
Ooh.
last season. But Game of Thrones, I think, is phenomenal if you're going to sit down and binge watch something. I'm
For sure.
watching right now, though, Peaky Blinders on
Ooh.
Netflix. It's like an old gangster show. So that's what I've been watching this time.
About you, Steve?
Of recent, it's been The Sopranos, just because those are like my people.
Classic. You're always related.
It's and yeah, I mean, and yeah, it's great. And I actually been liking this new show on NBC. It's like Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist,
Yeah.
where it's just kind of quirky and weird, but I love music and it just ties in music, so it kind of is almost like a musical, but not a musical. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, I've heard great things about it. I never watched it myself. I believe it or not, I'm going with a throwback show from Disney Channel, Disney Plus. Smart Guy is what I've been watching. I don't know if y'all remember that with Taj Mowry. Yeah, I've actually been watching that show and catching up, and I fell asleep with it on. So then I woke up and it was on like season 3, and I was only on season 2. So I got to go back and go back a little bit, catch up, and then bring it back to the current day. But yeah, you guys should feel. You don't have to feel so guilty about that because they say. The research says that binge watching can actually make you feel better. So it has health benefits with so many people being isolated right now. It gives us something to look forward to. It gives us something to get excited about. And it just gives us something to do instead of just being isolated and stuck in silence for so long. Don't get me wrong. Silence is great. And silence is definitely needed from time to time. But, when you've been doing it for 4 or 5 weeks, sometimes you need a little something to kind of get you moving and get your spirits up. So they say you're more likely to pick a show based on what you need. So if you're maybe stressed out and you need some stress relief, possibly comedy is what you'd go for, or maybe drama if you want to get sucked into a different world for a while. So I've been on this reality TV thing. And
Ooh, what are you watching?
Don't tell me you watch Too Hot to Handle.
Because it's kind of embarrassing. So I watched Siesta Key once. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I watched a full-blown season of that, and now that one's on a break. I look at more of like the young, MTV type. It's just trash TV, but I gotta like it for some reason. Temptation Island has been a good one. That one's a crazy show. So I'm truly more of the trash reality TV, not really the like Housewives or anything like that. But
or like
you watch Housewives, Katie?
I don't watch Housewives. I've watched The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, and I'll talk to my friends about it. And I don't know how that continually sucks me in season after season. And every time I'm like, why do I watch this? Why do I spend my time on this show?
Yeah,
but here I am.
Gotta do it.
That one on Netflix took the world by storm. Love Is Blind.
I haven't watched that one yet.
I didn't watch that one. That one took the world by storm. I sometimes I struggle to get into them. I'll sometimes maybe just stumble on one, click it, and watch it, and then just cruise through and be like, why am I enjoying this? You question, you're like, why? It's trash.
Yeah.
Why is this so enjoyable? Why did it,
I think it just breaks you away from your norm. Like reality TV, people love Keeping Up with the Kardashians and stuff like that. People can't stand the Kardashians. People love the Kardashians. It's a little combination of everything. But I'm not a big fan of that show only because it's just a little too much for me to handle. But if I've watched it before, I think people just get the idea of living the life of the rich and famous, and you're just like, whoa, that would just be so cool. Although you probably wouldn't actually want to live like them, but it's just cool to see their real life experience. They
do
call
it vicariously. Yeah.
Right, but we know some of it is for the cameras. When the cameras are following you all day, every day, you put on for the camera sometimes. So, but I like I said, every now and then I have to get me some reality TV, and it just keeps me ready to take on the day. I like it. So that's just the way it is. But speaking of streaming and whatnot, Roku is now the leading streaming service. Of course, we've seen a huge spike in the months of March and April just because everybody's had stay-at-home orders and I mean, they call it quarantine and chill, but everybody's been, streaming and really trying to catch up on shows and finding new shows. And there's been a spike, during the months of March and April. Now, on-demand content increased almost 80%.
Wow.
And captured 72% of total viewing time worldwide.
I have a Roku is what I'm set up with here. And I got to say, it is fantastic. I used to have the old cable and just, would pay for all the channels and whatnot. But when I realized, I was like, wow, I could get this little Roku device for a set price of like $30 to $40. And then you just put in all your subscriptions to your shows, Netflix, Hulu, HBO, any of that stuff. And then you have all this stuff right then and there. And it's like, this is great. And you could still stream, I still stream First Coast News when, want to watch the news. I just go to the NBC channel and watch it there. So I think what they're doing is it's just great. It's just great to have it all right there in your fingertips.
Yeah, it's smart. I don't have Roku yet. We're still on, like cable but we did kind of negotiate our price down a little bit because they're losing a lot of customers right now. So you could probably call and negotiate your price down a little bit.
That's a good
if you want to still use it.
And they have everything, and you have everything linked there too. Do you have you have Xfinity? Mm-hmm. You have the one where you're like talking to the remote. And
yes.
They're like,
I'm so lazy. I love it.
And then it'll like pull up Netflix. It's like, that's wild.
You can even do that with like YouTube. Be like, I want to watch like prenatal Pilates videos, YouTube, and it'll like pull stuff up.
It pulls it up like it is on it. I was having some challenges with my internet one day, and I had to give them a call. Y'all know who had to give a call. I had to give them the call, and then of course, when you say the right thing, they take good care of you. I'll just leave it at that. They will do what they have to do to take good care of you. So I think a lot of people now are still trying to figure out if they want to truly cut the cord and just go all streaming. But by the time you purchase all of these streaming devices, I feel like you'll be at the same amount as if you just had a cable bill now. And people can debate, well, it's still better than cable because you get more of this and more of this and blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, I like to have a combination of both. Probably not the best thing financially. So I get angry every month when those subscriptions come out of my account. But I just like to have my options. I like to have options. So that's just how it is. But you all are talking about Booker T saying classic TV Bewitched. Yeah. All 8 seasons of Ally McBeal. I don't know that show. I don't know that show.
That's a lawyer show. That was from back in the day, Ally McBeal.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know anything about that one. Okay. Sue says, yep, threatening to cancel can usually work a deal. Yeah, Sue said it. She's telling the truth. Sue said it. So before we go, guys, we have to give a quick shout out to a special nurse here on the First Coast. So as you know, yesterday was Nurses Day, National Nurses Day, but today or all week is National Nurses Week. Check out this woman right here. Just take a look. I'm literally just saying that. Her name is Diana Decker, and she is so sweet. I got an opportunity to chat with her through Zoom for like 10 minutes, and we had a good time. She has been a nurse for 45 years.
Wow.
45 years. And she's over at Baptist Medical, and she tells me she wouldn't trade it for the world. Now, I don't know if you guys can tell, but most nurses have a lot of different options. They can wear all types of different scrubs. They can wear blue scrubs, white scrubs, other scrubs. She says she will never wear another color than white. And she said, because I'm old school. She said, when I came in, we still had to wear hats. We still had to, wear all white. So she still wears all white scrubs every single day. And then every Thursday of National Nurses Week, which is today, she pulls out her hat. I don't know if you all can see that picture because I'm not sure if it's not showing it or not. But yeah, she pulls out her hat.
Oh, I love it.
It's so cool.
And she does that once a year, and today is that day that she would do that. So we just want to give a big shout out and congratulations to Diana again for doing this for 45 years, and of course thanking all of the nurses and really anyone working the front lines of this pandemic. We so appreciate you for all that you're doing, and of course for putting your lives, on the line every single day to ensure other people are receiving the care that they need. 45 years, y'all.
That's awesome.
Wow.
That's awesome.
45 years. That's what it's all about. So we've got to go, people. Thank you all so much for joining us. Suzanne, yep, call the nurse's cap. It is. Yes. We thank you all so much for joining us here on Daily Dive. Remember, we're here Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 8 o'clock. So before we go, we just want to take a moment again to honor the nurses and those working the front lines. But until next time, stay safe, keep washing those hands and practicing social distancing. We'll see you next time.